Start streaming. Okie dokie. Just gonna go into my YouTube page on my phone here. Make sure everything is alright. Just gonna. Oh, no, wrong thing. Just gotta change something here. Add the thumbnail to it. Already made. There we go. Save. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I need to listen to myself. Just make sure this is what you do when you do streams. You kind of take a minute or two, make sure everything's working right. All right. Uh, turn myself up a little bit. I think that's good. Hang on. Yo, 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 yo. Just see how this sounds here. See how this sounds here. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okie, okie, okie. What a grand start. Um, Dinosaurs and Netflix. No, no, I'm not doing this. Just talk about whatever this is. I don't even know. Anyways, hello, friends. It's your friend Tervis here, and yeah, we're here on the desktop of greatness. Greatness, man. Greatness. Um, yeah. Sorry. I am not the most. I don't have the most energy in me today. I had a long day at work. I work at a bakery job, so that's like standing up all day, moving around. Ugh. But it's good work. You get to talk to people. It's good. It's good work, and it's good for my health because it's bit of exercise. That I'm maybe not used to. So it's helping me in many different ways, not just earning those wages. But yeah. So welcome to this little hangout and general update stream I've kind of put together. Didn't do it yesterday, so today is Saturday. I originally had planned for yesterday, but um, I honestly just wanted to wait till today to do it because I was so tired yesterday. I was running on fumes practically, and it was late when I got this desktop. So I was like, no, I'll just save it for the next day. And now I don't have work for the next few days, so yeah, we have time to do this. Getting my webcam tomorrow in through Amazon, and that is also when we'll start our Gears playthrough. So we're going to be recording in much, much higher quality than I've been able to do before. So we're going to do 1080p at 60 frames per second. So that will be amazing. The machine I have here right now, the machine I'm on right now, is a lot better and a lot more suitable for this kind of task. The previous laptop I had, it was old as fuck. It had a Sandy Bridge i3 and 6 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, which honestly, by the looks of it, was constantly being maxed out. Same with the CPU, and it was getting quite toasty. But I was able to record a full playthrough of a game with Black Ops 7 with it, although it didn't look that good. I was able to do it. It's what I had, and I put it out there. Now, this machine I'm on right now, I'm going to go into Task Manager. Oops, wrong thing. Here we go. So I'm going to go into Task Manager to show you guys what I'm working with here. So what we're equipped with this time. So now we have a far more qualified CPU for this task. So an i5 10th gen, which is doing a lot better. It's only sitting at around 9-10%. And yeah, it's not being utilized as much because it has so much headroom here. And this is just for streaming here. Memory, I got 32 gigs of it, which again, still plenty of headroom. I have an SSD here, an NVMe SSD, so it's an even faster SSD than what I had even in my laptop, which was like a Samsung 850 Evo. No, it was a Samsung 850 Pro that I had in my laptop, something along those lines, and it was pretty fast. Like it made the whole thing a hell of a lot faster, like in terms of like starting up. But this is like that, but on crack, pretty much. So we're working with this. We have the 10th gen i5, which is running beautifully. Like this is amazing. So we got 6 cores compared to the measly 2 that was on the Sandy Bridge i3 that was on that laptop I was working with before. So 3 times as many cores. So that already just means it's going to work a hell of a lot better. And looks like it is. And for a GPU, we just got normal. I don't have a graphics card right now. I'm just working off integrated graphics, which, from what I can see, from what I could tell, what I have here is more than enough as it is. As I don't intend to game on this PC, I'm just going to use it for things such as, of course, doing the content creation side of things, just managing different things, of course. Just general use computer, not for gaming, but like managing, looking at things. I got an old iPhone 4 that I might be able to jailbreak with this computer. I don't know how well I'm going to do on that, but it always never hurts to try, right? So that's just an overview of what we're working with this machine. So 32 gigs of DDR4, which probably overkill, but I mean, hey, this is great. People like I have 2 RAM sticks installed on this thing right now. So one stick is 16 gigabytes, of course, and I asked a friend about it, like maybe somebody. He said I only needed 16 gigs. I'm like, nah, man, no, I'm sticking with this. Not because I think I need it, but it's just nice to have all this headroom here along with this. Like it's man, okay, okay. Let us talk about just the general update, right? Um, and just a hangout. So, kind of just me explaining what's been going on in my life, what I've been up to, and the path forward. So, looking at this here, just looking at a friend. I'm having a friend over in about half an hour, a little more than half an hour, so this won't be too long, I don't think. But yeah. So, yep. I work today, so that's why I might sound a little slow, but just gotta push through, man. Anyways, yes, general update. So I'm sure you all know, as I posted in my 2025 highlights, I graduated high school last year in June. It was really, man, such a bittersweet moment for me, but it was just like gave me clarity on my path forward. Like once I got home, went to bed, took a much deserved nap. I was out for the rest of the day. Like that's how long I slept. I got home at 3. I did not really sleep the night before, so that's why I'm like, yeah. So it's like, ugh. I got home, I was conked out, I was just dead. And it was the weekend, dude. Since school was done, it didn't really matter because it was summer break anyway. So I was like, just take a nap, dude. I was like, I earned this. So graduated high school, spent the last couple months in that group home I was in for a while, and then sorry, then just last September, I moved into my own apartment, which is where I still reside here in March. And my goodness, I love this apartment. Like the solitude is nice. Like I still have friends and we still do hangouts every now and then. And such as the one I'm about to have fairly soon too. And yeah, I'm still connected with loads of people, but it's just like coming home when it comes in terms of like coming home from like work and whatnot, just having a place. Fuck, yawning way too much. In terms of coming home from work, just having a place that's like quiet and not like screaming and yelling all the time is just such a blessing, dude. Like if you've if you're someone who's dealt with abusive, toxic environments all your life and you grew up in that, when you finally have the chance to move into something that is just perfect solitude, like this is pretty much. And I'm in a quiet area of my city too. It's just so amazing. Feels lonely at times, but honestly, I'd rather feel a little lonely and little down some days than have to put up with all the madness of like group homes and bad relatives. But yeah, enough trauma dumping on you guys. So that's kind of what's been going on in my personal life in terms of employment. I'm currently at a job right now. It's a temporary replacement though, but I'll still be earning wages from it. And but okay, but before that, there were a couple programs that I tried in, well, maybe shortly after I first moved into this apartment. I tried a program with the hopes of finding a job or being pointed in the right direction. So obviously you got to put in effort to get a job, right? But I was hoping maybe they'd be at least maybe be able to connect me with someone that like has a position or like networks with people who knows that they need someone for this or that. But all they really did was so they'd have you go on Indeed, and I haven't searched up much right now. So sorry if you were hoping for a grand search history reveal. Not right now. Block. Job search Canada, Winnipeg. Y'all know I live in Winnipeg. Like I don't even. So no, I don't need to go in here right now. But so they have you go on this website called Indeed. It's like for can I think it's like a Canadian thing where it's like it's a job search site. You can find jobs. So let's say you want full time work here, sure, in my city, and you'd be shown things. You can apply to all these positions, and and whatnot. And what this program that I was in initially had us do was they'd have you send them links to these listings and they would apply for you. Now, if you have an IQ above 90 or 80 or whatever, like if you have an IQ above 60, you'd know you could just do that on your own. But what their reasoning was they'd puff it up as much as they could to make it sound as good as possible, blah 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 blah. And the resume help they provided was just very mid too. I shown a friend, like he's a lawyer. I have a friend who's a lawyer, yes. Um I showed him my resume and he's good with resumes. And he's like, dude, this is crap. Like it's all right here and there, but you don't need your references don't need to be on it. Well, hey, I'm in Canada, so like your resumes or wherever else, you don't need your references on your resume, anyways. They employers typically expect you to have them, and they'll ask for them later, but they don't need to be on your resume right away. And then also some of the wording was just off, and it's just like, okay, that was when I was like, okay, no, I'm not putting up with this because clearly, if I keep pursuing employment through these means, I'm going to go nowhere in my job search. It is going to be like running, it is going to be like trying to run suspended in midair. You'll go nowhere, man. So, that was a total dud. I'm not about to go on Google Maps and, well, I'm going to go on Maps and show you guys my previous jobs. I go to Google Maps. It knows I'm in Winnipeg. So third home. Like these are all old addresses. Like this is an apartment right here, but it's not even my right one. Like I'm up in the Maples here. I'm up in the Maples. This area is very nice. And that's where I meant. I was in the quieter part of town. Lots of friendly people. In one of the more wealthy communities, like suburbs almost. But yeah, and I have all these other locations marked, like and whatnot. Yeah, this is the grand city of Winnipeg. So, whatever. So, the second program I pursued for employment, because now my quest, now that I graduated high school in my own apartment, was to get a job. So, what was I going to try to do to get a job? Well, maybe a program would be able to help me at least with a bit of knowledge on how to properly apply for jobs because I felt like that was definitely an area I struggled in at first. So I got the second program. I'll finally get into it here. It was also not very good. If anything, even worse than the first one I tried because because it was more structured, quote unquote, but it was like this sad classroom area they had you go in that just felt very boring. Well, not boring, but like demeaning. And all the kids there too were just giving me looks like what the like you know the looks, the kind of looks people give you when they're kind of like what the hell are you doing here, bitch? Or shit like that, like condescending kind of looks. That's all I was getting, even from like the little cafeteria workers they had there too, preparing like little snacks and whatnot for the students of this course. Like everyone was just giving me like a stink eye, like. And the first little booklet they handed to me, I kid you not, was just a bunch of questions, and all they were like they were literally like something you give to a preschool kid or something, like someone in preschool or like a fucking toddler. It was a bunch of different images. So it'd be like on a section of the page, they would give you a selection of images and tell you to select the correct one. One was literally circle the milk carton. Another was circle the airplane. And they showed you a bunch of different vehicles like a boat, car, plane, whatnot. And I couldn't help but just sit there and be like, I knew then and there this wasn't going to work. And that was when I was starting to lose hope too, because I was like, will any of these programs help me in the long run? Will any of these programs offer something useful to me? Do any of these programs show any decent respect to you? Just basic mutual respect. Because what that told me, what that whole little um spiel was to me, was they took that as, since I was new, they were trying to they kind of saw me as a they already see me as a dumbass, and they're trying to noodle out and determine if I'm going to pay attention or not. Well, there are far better ways to do that than give me toddler toddler assignments from preschool. It just makes you feel unwanted and unwelcome, and makes you feel like you don't belong. Because everyone else there treats you like a looked at me like I was a, not because I smelled bad or anything or I looked funny. Like of course I was fat, but there were a couple other asses there too, and even they were giving me looks. Like what gives? I got up, I left, and didn't even let anyone know. My quote unquote case manager for that program emailed me and was like, "Why'd you leave?" and whatnot. I was like, I told them, and this program too, they do give you like a stipend or like a bit of a pay almost, but it was very, very, very minimal. So assuming you had perfect attendance in this program, Monday to Friday, Fridays were early dismissals, as they would pitch to you, you would get around $52 a week. And this program was about 6 hours a day, if I remember correctly. Which I don't remember much of it because I just wanted to get it out of my memory as quick as I could because it was so bad. And that was if you had perfect attendance. And if you were even a few minutes late or whatever on a certain day, that would dock your pay quite substantially too. So maybe they're just trying to motivate you to be on time and whatnot, but the pay was so not worth being put through all that. Like, okay, another dud. Screw this program, man. Screw all these programs. I was losing hope. It's like nothing that this city offers is going to help me get some employment. And not hand it to me on a silver platter, but just guide me on how to properly apply to jobs, how to properly do up my resume, how to handle interviews, things like that. And from people who actually look like they know what they were doing. And that second program, it looked like the people the instructors even looked clueless. Like they just looked lost and disinterested and just yeah. No. 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 So, second program is a dud. Still without a job, but I'm still getting rent and whatnot covered through a program in my city. ILS, Independent Living Services, and I have this till I'm 21. So I'm basically living rent free. And I wish more people had this, but I'm one of the lucky few who are able to. Anyways, as we're just gazing at this wonderfully terrible city that I reside in, there's this third program that I was offered. I look it up, and oh my goodness, it sounds too good to be true. It's Monday to Thursday, 6 hours a day, kind of like what the second program was. And then there was something that really caught my attention, and that really hooked me in. You would be paid minimum wage per hour for all your time. So that meant it was bi weekly, so you get 3 paychecks from this program, or four, whatever. 3 or 4. Um, Initially we got a half check because of the pay period, but a full paycheck that I was able to earn from this program, and it was one I was able to finish. The full paycheck from it was $760. Wowzers, man. Wowzers. So I was like, God damn. How did I not find out about this sooner? That sounds too good to be true. There's gotta be a catch, right? So I'm like, why not just try it out and see what happens? So that's what I did. I applied for it. I waited. I got approved. I got in. And oh my god, dude. It is not even close when I say this is by far the best program I could possibly have ever gotten into. I made some good friends from this program that I'm still in touch with now. The lessons they taught us were very helpful. Um, the instructors, the case managers were very to the point, very friendly, just very helpful. And now that I'm finished this program, I am in a work placement, so it's a proper treated as a proper job for a set amount of time that at the end I'm able to put on my resume and use to apply to other things. So, that is pretty much where I'm at right now in my personal life. So, and I worked a couple odd jobs in the past couple of years, which I'll kind of go over with you guys here. So, at my old school, St. John's High School, doxing my school, here we go. So, it's this, which I had labeled as school, I think. Um, but yeah, so in this area, when I was in my school, during the summer before my grade 12 year, I worked delivering groceries as part of my program I had. And I was making good money from it. And it was like great community work because you're able to meet up with families in need and just give them some groceries and some bread and just help them through. You know, that's what that program I was working in offered. And I went around in delivery van. I wasn't driving, but I was in the passenger seat with someone assisting with the deliveries. So that's what I was doing. I was kind of in this general area here. It was so this train yard here. This was kind of the furthest south it went, but this was kind of the general area that it covered. So that was the good summer job I had then. And then the following year, so just last year, got a yawn again, god damn. And then just last year, one second, guys. One second. So my friend that I'm about to hang out with just messaged me letting me know he's on his way, so I gotta wrap this up quickly. So yeah, the next job I had was just down here downtown just last year. Zoom in here up to Lombard. Ira's Catering. So here, I'm gonna go into Street View. Gotta hide this panel here. And this is pretty much what it was right here. So there's this big building right here. Go up to about here. And down in that this little basement area here is where I worked. There were pretty much no windows where I was. This was boarded. These windows were boarded off. Well, not boarded off. There was just stuff put over them. But yeah, I was in this basement for 9 hours a day. It was very labor intense. Like it was, there was so much physical labor with this job. Like it was excruciating at times. Friend's coming over in 10 minutes. But yeah, general update, just hanging out. Um, that's what this is. I've kind of just been rambling, but yeah, just wanted to give y'all a little update what's been going on. And here we, yeah, back to this. Yeah, still made good money from this job. Still made some wages. I got my PS5 from this job, so the wages I earned from here is what I used to get my PS5. But yeah, so this used to be a deli, so that's why it says Ira's Deli right there. No, but it's just it's catering now. But they only did catering, so I was in the kitchens and whatnot preparing the produce. Very, 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 very labor intensive, but it was good work and good for my physical health as well. So yeah, that is pretty much what that was. Met lots of good people here. Yeah, yeah. That is pretty much what that was. Whoa, okay. Oh, this is where I got one of my certifications in the program I just finished. Disability awareness training, where we learn the importance of like learning how to work with people with disabilities and whatnot. So very good information. Expand. Oops, this is. Ooh, this is wrong. Hang on. How do I exit Street View? I'm a dumbass. There we go. But yeah, so we zoom out here. Got all these. Oh goodness. So we got Lake Winnipeg up here. Lake Man, it looks like Squidward's nose. You got Big Lake up here. Got Gimli. Go down here. Whatnot. Yeah. So bit of a messy stream. I'm kind of just going off the top of my head here, not knowing what the hell I'm talking about. But that is pretty much what has been going on with my life lately. So just hanging out, talking about things, and giving y'all a little update. So as for yeah, it's just the OBS window. As for the Gears playthrough, I'm gonna start that tomorrow when I get my mic, and we're gonna do the original trilogy of games. We're not gonna do Gears 4 or 5 unless that's what you guys want after. But I'm not gonna do it right after. It's gonna be off in the near future, maybe. After the Gears trilogy, I'm going to do the original Modern Warfare trilogy, so the original Modern Warfare campaigns, and then I'm going to do Black Ops 1, Black Ops Three's campaign. That is pretty much what I'm targeting for this next little while. So, just wanted to let y'all know, give y'all an update, what's been going on, what I've been up to, and where my personal situation is at, and just the rough path forward. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. If you stumbled across this, thank you for listening to me ramble on and on and on. But yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Tomorrow, hopefully, when I get my webcam and whatnot, you can see my glorious face for the first time. I'm really excited to actually do proper playthroughs now with this. The capability I have now is just so incredible. Again, it's not exactly top of the line, but that doesn't really mean it's like worse. Like it's bad. It's pretty good, if anything. Anyways, enough talk. See y'all tomorrow for Gears of War 1. I'm doing it in the original graphics. I'm not doing Ultimate Edition or Reloaded. Just the OG Gears of War, how I grew up playing it.